So lately I've been getting right back to the roots of learning jazz, and that's just keeping it really simple, of just listening lots and taking little fragments, you know, uncovering stuff that I don't know and learning it and working it out, internalizing it, and then trying to make it my own, you know, learning the language one word at a time. And the thing that's got me really inspired at the moment, and the thing that I've been going deep into, I've been checking out heaps and heaps of Seamus Blake. I've just been listening to it non-stop, you know, in the car, in my headphones, at the gym. And I just feel like it's got me really inspired at the moment, kind of getting back to how I used to feel when I first started, you know, when everything is just super exciting and you're just trying to uncover all this new information and make it your own. So you got to check this out. This is Seamus Blake. So this is just a live recording of him playing T for 2, and it's just on YouTube. But check it out. So clean. And the altissimo, he just sings it out. Oh, I gotta figure out what that is, hold on.
A few moments later.
Yeah, okay. So that's cool. That's like a scale tone pattern. He's going through scale tones in arpeggios, basically. So if you have the major scale, and then you can build triads starting off each note. So we're building patterns from our scale tones, and then what he's doing is he's doing them in groups of 4. So he's using those shapes from our scale tones, and we're in the key of B flat, by the way, and he's basically creating a different shape from those same. So he's starting from the second highest note and going up to the highest one and then down. And he's just going down stepwise down the scale. And then I guess it's kind of creating a polyrhythm as well. It's kind of like creates a 3/4. One, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. But obviously it's over 4 for 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Something like that. And then back up. Man, that's cool. I'm gonna start using that. So another record I've been checking out heaps is Stranger Things Have Happened. And I transcribed this little snippet from the track Happenstance the other day. Check this out. Just wait for it, wait for it. This is it. Yeah. The whole line's quite long, but the little bit that I really liked is this. So it's all diatonic, right? He goes up the minor arpeggio, up to the 9th, and then it kind of weaves in on itself and resolves to the 3rd of the 5 chord, and then it kind of flips again. So shape-wise, I really like how it changes direction lots, you know? It's not super complicated or anything like that, but, you know, it's a very kind of Seamus sounding thing to me. And then he follows it up with a side slip. So cool. So I'm sort of slowly taking that round the cycle. Or I tried yesterday, but yeah, I'm getting there slowly. you get the idea. I'm not gonna bore you taking it all the way around the cycle. Yeah, and there are a bunch of other iterations that I'm planning on working my way through. Check this out. So the start of the phrase is the same until you hit the third of the 5 chord, and then instead of doing, you kind of do a. So it's similar, and to me it sounds really Seamusy. I don't know if I got that from Seamus or not, but I think I did. Now, doing little variations on these fragments of language that we learn when we transcribe, doing the variations is a really great way to internalize the language. You know, we get different ways of playing the same thing.
Nice.
And I think it gives us a stronger chance of it actually coming out when the time comes. So my newfound inspiration that I've had lately has had me thinking and reflecting on a lot of things about what it's like to be a musician. And what I mean is, I've been thinking a lot about these feelings of inspiration that we come in and out of as musicians. And lately I feel like, and this is how I describe it, I've been rediscovering my sense of awe. And I kind of liken it to what I thought it was like when I first started playing. Do you guys remember what it felt like when you first started? I mean, for me, it was like magic. I loved it. I was just so shocked that a whole band of musicians could come together and improvise a whole song. And just to witness the joy and the energy. And to me, there was something so mysterious about improvisation and how people could play these incredibly technical sounding lines, but be making it up on the spot. That was just something I couldn't understand. And the fact that I couldn't understand it and that it was so mysterious was something that I really loved and made me want to investigate. You know, there was something about early on when I was learning jazz that was all mysterious and about uncovering a magic trick almost, you know? And it's such an incredible time because early on, you know, every single recording you hear, every live performance you hear is just mind-blowing, right? You know, anyone that's better than you just sounds amazing. Every solo creates this sense of awe. And I've noticed this phenomenon with kids as well, you know, like everything creates a sense of awe for kids and everything is so mysterious and wonderful. Like you might take them to the zoo and just like every animal is like, whoa, what is that? What's going on? Or they go on a swing and it's just the most incredible thing. Or if a kid goes to the beach and their parent fills a bucket of sand and tips it over and then lifts it up and there's a sandcastle, and to a child that's like their parent just performed a magic trick, you know? Their parents have superpowers. And I think that's just such a crazy thing that kids can just be fascinated by everything in the world. But then you see those same kids, you know, 10 to 15 years later, and those same things aren't as crazy to them, you know? The zoo is the zoo, a swing is a swing, and sandcastles are boring. And that's just a natural result of seeing things lots of times. In a way, as humans, we become jaded to things. Jaded meaning lacking or losing enthusiasm for something after experiencing it too much. And this exact thought about being jaded, it occurred to me that this is exactly what happens to us as artists. We kind of fall out of love with the thing that we were so inspired by and so in awe of when we first started. As we experience the art more and more, it kind of loses its magic. We understand how it works. And if this is the case for you, I wouldn't be discouraged, you know, because this is just natural and this happens to all of us naturally as we experience things more. And this becomes even more complicated and more heightened when we tie in needing to make a living from our passion. The more burdens and the more responsibilities that we tie to the things that we're passionate about, the less passionate we can become about them. And this was totally me up until very recently. And I feel like it always has been, you know, I go between, as I said before, I go between these feelings of being really in love with the music and being super passionate about it and then kind of falling out of love with it sometimes and feeling a little bit jaded. And this time I've been a little bit more observant as to what it is that's got me so passionate at the moment. And what I've realized is that it takes constant work. You know, this inspiration doesn't happen by chance, but it's actually something that we have to work towards as musicians to keep ourselves in that place. And there are a couple of things that we can do. Now, the first thing that I've discovered is really useful for getting myself inspired again is to hang out with other musicians who are inspiring and are constantly inspired. And for me, that's often the younger cats, you know, spending time with them, seeing what they're checking out, and just seeing how much they're loving it. It's so infectious, you know, and I think as humans, we're always a product of our environment. So you've got to put yourself in environments where you can be inspired. The other thing is just going and experiencing the music live the way that it was meant to be. Seeing musicians improvise and interact together is a great way to reignite the passion for that music. So if you're feeling a bit flat at the moment, I'd really encourage you to go check out some more gigs and just go feel the music with other people. You know, it's a social art form. And the other thing that keeps me going that I really love to think about is thinking about potentially the students or younger kids that might be attending a gig that I'm playing, that might be experiencing jazz for the first time, or experiencing it in the way that I did when I was first discovering it. I can recall a lot of those formative experiences and a lot of those gigs that really kind of changed everything for me. And I kind of hope that I could, you know, provide some experiences like that for my audience, because the music has served me so much and given me so much, and thinking about how it's changed my life has me motivated to try and give those same experiences to people who might be in my audience. And I hope as artists that can sort of be a common goal for us collectively, that we can strive to create experiences and create art that inspires other people in the same way that we've been inspired ourselves. On that note, I'm going to get back to checking out Seamus, get back in the practice room. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you.